Hello, you. Let's see. So we've done more with this one so far, haven't we? Yeah. This one's more familiar. What do you think? You help me untangle it? Yeah? Help me untangle it? Girl. Alright, so this one. So Sattva has yet to, well, this is the first day we've slipped a halter on. I just did that and it went so smooth, and then I thought, well, I think we're ready for the lead line, and I thought I should share this. And then I thought, well, lots of things could happen, because even though we've done a lot of preparation, there's still going to be question marks Sattva has, and there could be moments that get really big, but you know, that might happen and it might not. Either way, I want to go ahead and share it so you'll see. Just kind of looking for those spots that might cause a little startledness like that. And then notice how Sattva got real still. Stopped chewing. Yeah, stopped chewing when she felt that bit of being startled. So I would like for her to finish that loop. I want her to come on the other side of that. She just swallowed some tension. And I would like for her to set that loose before I add something new. So I'm just going to kind of keep doing the same thing and give Sattva a chance to work through that. Yeah, I'm not going away or taking the pressure away, so to speak. I'm just not adding more to it, that's all. I'm just continuing to do the same thing that I was doing when Sattva took that little startled breath and that pressure moved into her body. And I'm looking for her to set that free before we go on to the next thing. Yeah, this is where sometimes I'll give a little bit of the chopped forage for her to lick and chew. I mean, for her to eat, to help kind of get things moving. But give her a second to work through it on her own. Yeah. You're doing so good. So much goes on that we don't see. I mean, just think of how much goes on inside of you that you don't tell other people. You know? How many thoughts move through our awareness? And of course, horses aren't humans. They don't have the same type of thoughts, but they still have emotions. They certainly have thoughts. They have memories, past experiences. All of these things are circulating through Sattva's awareness long before any physical manifestation happens. Nice. So I'm just still kind of staying sane here. I think I will. You think it'd be good? Would it be helpful to have a bite of chopped forage? Would that be helpful for you? Yeah? Blink once for yes. So I already blinked once. I'm going to give just a little. So as you can see, I'm not using the food reward as a way of saying yes with a bridge signal, accompanied by a bridge signal. I'm not using it in that way right now. I'm using it as a way to kind of help her keep things moving through her body, keep her from getting too still and kind of pointing towards a stoic tendency that Sattva has the ability to go to. She has the ability to become stoic, and something I've learned about her, and so I'm being really aware of that and being sure that that as we do new things, that I'm not just looking at her behavior and is she doing the thing I'm asking, but is she able to take the pressure in that kind of comes with a new thing and then let it move through her body. So I love that she's able to continue lick and chewing now, and or not really lick and chewing, but chewing up her food rather. So that's good. All right. Nice. Well done. Yeah, well done. All right, and then we're going to go to a different lead for this part. So anytime I actually attach a lead line to a halter on a wild horse or any horse that is new to this, I'm always going to make sure that my lead is long enough that it will go to the end of my space here. So I'm going to show you how long this lead is. So if I unravel it, I can take it all the way from way over here. I don't know, that might be off camera, and it will go all the way across this pin, all the way almost to the other side. So certainly if I'm standing in the middle, Sattva could be on the rail and I would have plenty of line and a little more so. And that's what I want, because what I don't want to have happen is to have her shoot away, which she very well may at some point, and then be in a position where I have to hold on to that lead to keep from, and basically, I mean, you can really teach a horse to pull away from you like that. So I want to be able to feed it out and let her travel all the way to that rail. Even if she flips around and goes the other way, I want to be able to give it slack and not be pulling on her, but yet still be holding on to the line myself. I don't want to have it be so short that that it would drop, that I would have to drop it, or that it would pull through my hand, and then she would just be running around with it flying behind her. I wouldn't want to have that be her first experience. Nice. And this lead, as you can see, is different than the one I was using earlier. I like that soft cotton one for tossing over her body, but I like this round one for holding on to. So you can see how when I touch, that was well done. That was so well done. I kind of cut her off when I started talking though. That was very well done. So you could see when I reached out and touched with the rope, she kind of swallowed that and became still, and then she immediately set it free and started licking and chewing. And then I talked about it, and then you swallowed it, and you thought maybe there could be some food. That could be really fun right now, huh? Yeah. They're halter comfortable. I love these Cat's Tack halters. They're handmade by a dear friend of mine, and she makes every one lovingly and intentionally, and they are just filled with the most incredible energy. They have a nice soft rope that goes all the way around. There's no like knotted spots, but yet it does have a firmness to it, so it's got feel. I like to have something that has enough feel that she feels it when I pick up on it, and therefore when I let go, she really feels that release. I love that little step towards me right there. Yeah. All right, so now I am going to toss this one over her back. I think you're ready. Sattva says, just hook the thing to me. Come on. All right, I want to toss it over your back first. I want to do this first. Oh, I love that. So we've worked a lot on the sound of the rope dropping beside her, a lot of this tossing it across, and this wasn't particularly something that came super easy for Sattva, but she has definitely figured it out now. She'll still get startled by it. It's a little more on this side sometimes. Nice. I love how that lick and chew just came really quickly. Really quickly. Nice. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to give myself some space here. Good. Yeah. Yeah. You like where we are with this? Right there? Yeah. Good job. Doing so good. And I have one. I love these little rope snaps. Sattva, fortunately, has not had an issue with noises or the sound of snaps, but Abe, our other little Mustang that we took in about a year ago, oh, that was so hard for him. And so I really love these little guys. I hook this on, and there's just no sudden noise or anything to catch her off guard right here underneath her chin. I like sudden noises, but I like to be in control of when they happen so that I can, rather than have something just happen out of the blue for both of us. Until we're ready for that, huh? Yeah? Until we're ready for that? Yeah? Sattva's at the point where my touch, sometimes it feels like it starts to feel good to her. Sometimes she's still kind of tolerating, so I'm careful to not get too far in my own sense of, I like to touch her, right? I like to rub on her, so I try to not get too far into that place of, am I just rubbing on Sattva because I like to rub on Sattva, or is Sattva appreciating me rubbing on her? And for a long time, I really felt like it was more, not so much that she appreciated it, she was more tolerating it. But I feel like we've started to move to a different place with that, actually. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Doing so good. So good you are. So now I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to toss this out beside her. This. Only now we're attached. We're tethered to one another. Wow. This is new. Feels kind of weird, actually. We've done so much at Liberty. I've really enjoyed it, too. I'm loving doing all this at Liberty. I also, halters are important. Halters are helpful. Lead lines are helpful. And I can be just as mindful of Sattva's experience. And the tool doesn't change anything. It's how we use the tool. Nice. You're doing so good. So good you are. Nice. All right, I'm going to orient myself over here at about a, kind of like make a V here beside Sattva. So come over here. And of course, me, rolling all this up, it's like we've done this so much. She understands this so well. Good girl. And then I'm going to ask, so my eyeballs are going to focus on her hip. Ah, wow, Sattva. We talked about that heart meridian, talked about that heart meridian 0.7. This is called the Spirit's Gate. It's on the inside of that knee. She really just activated it big time just then, which is so good. For one, it's so good that she felt free to do so, that she wasn't concerned about the rope when she did so, and the fact that she felt the need to do so and then did it. That's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Yeah. I think one of my most important things in all of this is, as we're learning new things, that the horse is staying in a place that they feel free to do what they need to do to self-regulate their own emotions. Horses are so good at that. And so I want to make sure that as we're doing things that involve Sattva, giving me her body in a way, like letting me guide her body, that she also knows that she has the freedom to do the things she needs to do with her body that I can't guide. Okay, are you ready? So my eyes are going to go on her hip. I'm going to take up a little bit of contact, and this is the very first time we've done this at all. And right there, I'm just going to kind of let the slack come out of it and let that be that. I think I might need to turn my other, since we're going to go that way, I'm going to turn my other camera a little this way to the Sattva. Yeah, I think it's reversed. I guess you guys can see. Coming back, Sattva. Let's see if I can turn this a little more this way. Ah! Oops. Let's see. Maybe I'll put it in the middle. Reorient here. That's not working. All right, back as we were. Sattva says, I thought we were working on leading. Okay, now you're looking at the panel. Ah! There it is. Okay, there she is. All right. Goodness gracious. So I'm still going to reapproach in the way I would have. Same kind of thing here. Let Sattva engage. Say hello to our friend, our new friend, the rope, our new friend, the lead rope. And then take my coils out. I'm just going to drop it on the line so I'm not holding any pressure. I'm going to look at that hip and I'll let her finish a little bit more chewing. And then I'm just going to take up a little bit of contact as I'm looking at that hip. And then if she does that, I'm just going to get back. Hold on. And I'm, oh, good girl. Making space for any release, extra release she has. Take up again. That's a little weird, huh? That's a little weird. Pick up a little touch. Nice. Good job. Little touch. Little touch. Nice. Girl Sattva. Little touch. So right there, I'm just going to hold. Nice. You're so smart. I love that at this point, nothing has felt scary. The rope being here doesn't feel scary. Nice. Well done. Good girl. Go to the other side. Nice. It's important that my eyes are not on her face because that pushes her away. My eyes are on her hip. Right there, I'm just going to let her kind of feel that, and then as soon as she comes back around, I'm going to get back. I love that lick and chew right there. Well done. I'm kind of giving just a little, but then catching her. Good. Good. Good job. Good job. Smart girl. Nice. That little cluck she recognizes that kind of picked her roots up out of the ground. So she just followed that around, which is great. Wasn't quite so much from feeling the halter, but that's totally fine. Wow. You're such a good girl. We're having a conversation about, like, is it more important how the horse feels as they're learning a new thing, or is it more important to get to the end result of the learning? And I think it's just a loaded question that is as it is with any question. It always is going to depend on the situation. I don't think any one thing is right or wrong, but I certainly think that when we're at these stages of something that's so new, like she just hasn't ever felt anything like this before. When we're at these stages of something that's so new, if I can go into small enough, nice little slices that she's able to continue to release along the way, rather than just continue to pack more pressure in her body as she gets more and more stimulated. I think that's certainly ideal because it keeps us in a place of our whole body experiencing the thing. When the horse or the human is in a state of fight or flight, nice, or any level of fear that causes us to kind of tuck ourselves in our body, we're not fully present in our whole body. Like, we're really not. Like, scientifically, that's a thing. We're not even feeling all of our sensations. We're not totally there. So if we can do this in a way that Sattva, oh, there you go, is fully here, then her whole body is taking in the information, right? And that's what I want, her whole body to be taking this in. And then the more that we do this being, slicing things really thin and having these new things be positive experiences, the more that we can create that, the more of a full cup we have in our relationship that enables us, that was nice, to then, when we have situations that are hard, so right there, I'm just going to kind of, nice, same, but I did let go just a bit. I didn't hold as if she was hard tied. I kind of opened my hand, let the rope slide through about 3 inches, then closed my hand again. Kind of like those blocker tie rings in a way. Yeah, so the more these experiences can be positive, when we're able to make them positive, then when the times arrive, and they will, that we do find ourselves in a situation where the horse is feeling panicked and we just have more of a repertoire. We have more trust between us. We have more experience between us. I mean, relationship takes time. I mean, if I just come in here and say, okay, we're going to learn to lead in this one day, I mean, I might be able to teach her how to respond to pressure. That can be done. I could teach her to follow follow the lead line. She says, "Is this what we do? Like, I don't need the lead line. I just follow you back and forth." I could teach her to that when she runs into the end of that line that she has to, the pressure is there and she has to give to that. But all these little tiny steps, this is where that depth in relationship comes from. And it's not separate from those moments when there's big pressure that we have to deal with. Okay, so now Sattva is just answering the question before I ask it. That's good. That's good. But now we're going to kind of move on to something a little different here. I do think whenever I actually send her out, I feel sure she's going to have some moments of more. She has that double whirl, and she's so quiet, so grounded, but then when she goes big, she goes really big. Nice. All right, so I'm going to ask for a little bit of movement here. And I'm going to ask with my, here, we'll do that in a second. All right, that's going to give me an opportunity to use my lead line in a new way. Oh, look at you. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. So I would like for this shoulder to go that way. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. Look at that hip, draw her back in. Yeah, she's pretty much not even responding to the feel of the line right now, but I can't complain about that. That shall come. We shall have situations where we run into the end of the line. Ask this shoulder to move over. Not that way. So I'm going to take advantage of that to take advantage of that situation to ask her to come back this way with the feel of the line. My eyes on her hip. Well done. I'm going to go back to the same ask that I was doing a moment ago. I'm going to ask the shoulder to move over. Not that way. So there she's kind of doing that little root thing. Good. All right, so here we've got some confusion. So here I'm letting, there we go. All right, so right there, I just kind of let go and then held again. Let go, then held again. Nice. Nice. And we need to have some of this stuff. Like if she keeps following me around like a little sweet little puppy dog and doesn't actually feel the pressure, then she's not actually feeling the pressure. Then at some point, that's what I wanted. Some point that's what I wanted. That was it. At some point we need to feel that pressure. Well done. So I'm going to look at that hip, draw away, let her feel that touch of the line, and I'm going to see if we can go a little further with that, if she can follow that feel a little more so. She says, what is that? I'm going to let her kind of take up the slack, be there for a second. I'm not going to pull harder, but I'm not going to release in this moment. Just going to look at that hip. Just give her a moment. She's kind of just leaning on it just a little bit, trying to figure out what that is. You know, there are some things with horses that we do teach them to accept the pressure of. That's it. You know, think about like a girth. You know, there's a level of pressure around their body with a girth that they just learn is kind of a neutral pressure, that they're not, I mean, if they were always going faster because of the pressure of the girth, then they would be like going faster and faster. So there's a lot of differentiation that the horse, you know, is expected to figure out. And what pressure do I respond to and what pressure is just there? And it's not fair to just assume they know the difference without learning the difference. Well done. I mean, none of it is natural in the wild. Use a little bit of that. That kind of tells her to pick the roots up a little bit. All that does, it doesn't say where to go. It just says bring your roots up. Nice. Yeah. Do we need another snack? Need another snack. All right. Let's see. Let's go this way a little bit. That's that shoulder. Well done. She's definitely a little snorty when she walks off. Like right now, she's blowing her nostrils real deep and kind of quick. That's processing. Look at that hip draw away. Ooh, that was nice. I felt some feel in that. I felt her feel the line in that. That was really nice. That really was. That's exceptional. I might go back, do some of my stuff, other stuff that Sattva knows. Get up in these little tickle spots. What a good girl you are. What a good girl. All right, let's go this way again. Oh yeah. Well done, you are. So smart. And ideally, I would just love for her just to walk as she is. Just a nice little walk. I'm going to take up my slack, look at that hip. And then I'm going to hold because I'd like for her to follow through a little longer, follow that feel a little longer. Give her a chance to think about that. Nice. Nice. She knows what that little cluck is. Nice. Smart girl. Yeah. Proud of you. Proud of you. Something beeped on me over here. Stopped. I don't think it was this one. That's okay. Well done. Can't believe you're over here with a lead line on, like a grown-up horse, like a domesticated horse. Well done. So we're going to walk this way. She says, why don't we go ahead and stop? Walk this way. Up, up, up. Up. Nice. Look at that hip. Let her follow that feel. And then I'm going to keep on with it a little more. Let her keep following the feel a little bit more. See if I can just hold for a moment. That's the part I want her to just process and take in. My eyes are just on her hip. Oh, nice. Nice. I love that deep breath. I hear the sanctuary herd galloping. What are they doing, Sattva? They are like totally galloping beside us. Might give her a little of that to help those roots come up. Nice. Another step. Nice. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Come up here. Right, rub again. See how, so right there, So one thing that's tough right now is what happened right there is when I'm touching here and she's feeling the touch behind. That's still a little scary. Yeah, good job. Just want to revisit that a little bit. Yeah, this is a touch that is not necessarily rewarding for Sattva, but she's doing a really good job allowing and letting that energy move through in this lick and chew, taking that pressure in and kind of almost simultaneously letting it go. That's what we're after. We're not looking for a place where there's no more pressure, because pressure is part of life. It's just like our breath, our in-breath, inhale, and our exhale. There's pressure and there's release from pressure all the time. So this isn't some attempt to get to a place where there's not going to be pressure, or get to a place where she's never, yawning, never releasing, never licking and chewing because she never feels any pressure. We're looking for being in a place where it can flow through, where she can feel the pressure and then let it go. And then as we get to a point where she's, something doesn't cause her to feel pressure anymore, well, there we go. Then we're there. Then life goes on and something else happens, right? We grow in new ways. Well done. All right, so let's do a little more. Let's go back this way again. Just that shoulder to go out. Keep that shoulder out. Here I'm going to look at shoulder out. Look at that hip. Let her follow that feel, and then I'm going to keep coming a little bit more. See if we can follow that feel a little bit further. A little bit further. Ask those roots. Oh, yeah. Oh, and I love that release that came with that movement. Wow. You are doing it. You are doing it. Yeah. Yeah. The harder thing is the touching behind and touching at the front at the same time. That's kind of what's a little bit of a struggle still. Yeah, girl. All right. Go a little this way. Keep that shoulder out there. Beautiful. Beautiful job. All right. Gather up my line. Look at her hip. Draw away. Let the slack. So I'm not even really like pulling on the rope to stop her. My feet are moving, right? My feet draw away, and then even right here, I'm looking at that hip. Ask those roots to come up. She says, oh, this is a little weird. Ask those roots to come up. See if she can. Good. Nice. Oh, I love that release that came right there as she worked through that moment. Yeah. So I'm trying to basically just use the touch of the line right now, like and not nice. And not so much use my verbal, because the verbal cue really helps her when I ask her to bring those roots up. That really helps her figure out the answer, which is really good for us to have a way to do that. But then it also, I want to isolate just the pressure of the line, because really that cluck is that, sound is asking for movement. So I want her to recognize that just the touch of the line in and of itself is a touch that I want her to be able to follow. Nice. Nice. Good job. Good job. Come back this way. I'm going to practice that. Just the touch of the line. Well done. Without any verbal cue to support her in finding the answer. Just the feel. Well done. Well done. Yeah. I'm looking at that hip, and then I'm just moving my body, and the slack kind of comes out of the line as I move my feet. Little elevated breathing right here as she's processing this. I'm just going to be with her. There's some moments that it kind of looks like they're going to sleep. Like, oh, are they just like taking a nap? That's fine too. I'm just kind of letting her just be in this moment. I'm going to go a little more. I am going to help her. Nice. Can we go a little further right there? Nice. Nice. Yeah. Nice. That was very nice. All right, so now we're in a better position to do a little bit this way. Look at the hip this way. Let my feet walk. We shift this way. There we go. Nice. Yeah. Give her, there we go. Giving her a chance before I use my verbal cue to let her figure it out on her own without the help of that. Really well done. Yeah. There's a big release there I'm going to give her space for. Yeah. Wow. Look at you. So very smart. Learning new things. You already know so many things. It's a wild horse. Says, I know how to survive. I know how to help my babies survive. Nice. I know lots of things. Oh, I love that. So now that was probably the quickest, like, take up the slack and then feel a response that I got. It was really, really nice. Really, really nice. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take our line off at that. Now, you do notice she stopped there. She stopped chewing, but then she started again. So there's a little bit of pressure in her body and uncertainty with me walking up so close like that. And again, it's not like I say those things to say, oh, that, we don't want that to happen. I mean, we do. It's just part of it. It's all just about being aware of it happening. And then just kind of pausing for a moment and being with it instead of just oblivious to it, It's like an I see you moment. All of these are I see you moments. Yeah. Yeah. So to take the halter off, I'm going to go go back to this. This is kind of how I slipped it on. And I think it's probably pretty clear that I could have put it on just like normal, but I just like to really break things down. Yeah. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do this. Yeah. Yeah, because you're just doing too good to do all that. Yes, you are. You don't need to do all that. You don't need to. That was so good, Sattva. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. All right. Well, it wasn't as eventful as I thought it might be, but that is good. It's a good thing. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, Jackie and Wendy, I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. That was pretty exciting, actually. Like I wasn't sure how that was going to be, but she says, I got this. I got this. Okay. I love you guys. We'll talk soon.